Well there, good afternoon. This is Gmu Today. It's Mr. Nick B, your host for Gmu Today. And we'll get right on with it. Anger at EOC. You can tell I've been looking at a little too many things here. Spoiled AOC's meltdown over unpopularity worsens as she lashes out at voters she needs the most. Okay, this is by C. Douglas Golden, published March 19, 2019 at 8:03 a.m. A recent Gallup poll showed Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's unfavorable rating on the rise. This probably should have been expected. She's no longer a fun underdog story, but an actual lawmaker, one whose Green New Deal... The Green New Deal. Oh gosh, don't let them cows fart. Okay, anyways, this is by the Conservative Tribune and the writers, editors, and staff and management. A recent Gallup poll showed Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's unfavorable rating on the rise. This probably should have been expected. She's no longer a fun underdog story, but an actual lawmaker, one whose Green New Deal has provided incredible divisive, who has proved incredibly divisive. New Deal has proven incredibly divisive, Ocasio-Cortez could have decided to take this as it was. If she believes in policies like the Green New Deal and Medicare for All, time will prove her right and people will come around. She's certainly not in any danger of losing her seat, and unless Kirsten Gillibrand wins the presidential election, gets picked as vice president, or joins Democrat cabinet, there's not going to be a senatorial seat open in New York for some time. And even if Gillibrand's seat did open up, Democrats might be leery about giving the job to someone who will have just turned 30 by then, the minimum age to take a seat in the upper chamber. So the Gallup poll, which showed Ocasio-Cortez with a 31% favorable rating, and 41% unfavorable rating, didn't nearly really mean anything unless she wanted to make a big deal out of it. And this being Ocasio-Cortez, she did railing against the subconscious bias, racism, and Fox News for dragging down her poll numbers. Oh, poor woman. Oh, that poor woman. Go back to your Muslim country. Given that rant, I wouldn't be halfway surprised if she tweeted that it was some sort of conspiracy betwixt the Illuminati, Judge Kreider and the second pollster on the grassy knoll. Let's see. Or what she could do is shoot herself in the foot by going after the voters she would need most if she wants to move up in the world. Centrists. The original poll, Gallup found that while she was surprisingly well known, she was underwater amongst most groups. Despite some increase in her favorable rating, Ocasio-Cortez's unfavorable rating grew at a greater pace since September among most groups, a Gallup News release read. The congresswoman is viewed negatively by most Republicans, of whom 73% have an unfavorable view of her, up from 52% in September. Only 5% of Republicans view Ocasio-Cortez favorably, resulting in a net favorable rating of negative 68 among this party group. The fact that Republicans are more likely to have an opinion of her than Democrats helps explain the overall net negative rating. Yes, it does. Democrats, they don't have a position. They haven't had since, 10 years ago? Yeah, we have to watch, okay, what we say. We do not want to elect Democrats. They must be Republican. I don't care if they're from oh, what is it? Some of the other parties, independent parties, that we've got to stop with the nonsense that the Democrats are putting out there. All of it. Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, all those guys, and then Ocasio-Cortez. You know, enough is enough. Ilhan Omar. What country is this anymore? Is this America? Okay. Ocasio-Cortez is also underwater in her net favorable. Okay, we did read that. On a net basis, Ocasio-Cortez performs best among Democrats, plus 41 of whom a majority, 56%, now view her positively. And non-whites, plus 20. Meanwhile, her net rating are slightly negative among independents. -5, but slightly positive among women, plus 4. And Ocasio-Cortez's own age cohort of adults age 18 to 34, plus 5. That's because these people do not know what they were doing. They do not know. I don't know, maybe we need to raise the minimum voting age to 30? Is that possible? Oh, I know, let's get buses like Obama did. For us conservatives, let's get up buses. Well, we'll bus all our constituents over there, and we'll make sure that they get to vote. That's a great idea, isn't it? Yeah, okay. It is your responsibility. If you want to vote, it is your responsibility to vote. Nobody else's. Nobody else's to help you get there either. I'm independent. I have a disability. I'm independent, and when I want to vote, I go get my vote done, and I do it through my own whatever. If I have to take a taxi up there, if I have to take a bus up there, I do it. I just get it done. If that's what I want to do. So, you know, some years I'm better at it than other years. Especially during the presidential election, I will be better at it. But at any rate, beautiful wall behind me there. We are live. Well, we're not live. Excuse me. This was pre-recorded from a location unknown to you. At least I hope it is. What do I do? So older conservatives, white men are considered everyone, and everyone else is discounted as an exception. The reason people know more is because Fox News has turned into AOC TMZ. No offense to TMZ, so awareness is growing with GOPers. At Jane Myers, NYER, has reported deeply on this propaganda machine, and it will be aimed at any Dem they want. Nothing changes that. We can't be scared by that. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC. I guess that was her. Okay. Yes, it's subconscious bias on Fox. Apparently, the votes of white men don't count, and therefore the fact they contributed to a disapproval rating 10 points higher than her approval rating should be completely discounted. A second poll that showed that her role in helping kill the Amazon deal that would have brought the tech giant's second headquarters to New York hadn't gone over so well. By a 67-21% margin, New Yorkers say that Amazon canceling its planned second headquarters in Queens was bad for New York. By as nearly as large margin, 61-30%, they support the deal in which Amazon would receive up to $3 billion in state and city incentives and create up to 25,000 jobs if Amazon reconsiders, according to a new Sierra College. I don't know. I don't believe the government has any responsibility in providing for Amazon. They're not providing for Kmart, Sears, what's the other one? Bon-Ton stores, Toys R Us. They're not doing anything for them. Why the hell do they need to provide for Amazon? Now, I'm against senators getting involved in this at all. Amazon does not need federal funding. Amazon is a very rich and fluid point, got a lot of money from a lot of people, and they've put a lot of people, destroyed a lot of business. So for me, I don't buy from Amazon, and I typically never will. On occasion, I may have someone get me something from there if it's not available anywhere else. But typically, I will buy from other outlets where I know that they still have physical stores in existence. And or for instance, I worked for Kmart for many years. And there is some positive news about the Bonton outlets, as well as, there was at least a year ago, as well as the Toys R Us chain. So I'll try to keep you abreast of that, and I will get on with the rest of this. This will be a shorter program today as I'm visiting, and I'm actually house sitting for somebody, and I've got some responsibilities. I have a dog I'm taking care of that's outside right now. I want to go out and spend a little time with it, because it's lonely for its family. She's lonely for her family. You know, the little doggy. The little cat is just a little feral cat, and I'm not even sure where it is. I mean, but it's kind of that kind of cat. It just kind of sneaks around. Anyways, okay, so where were we? Okay, so it would have created $3 billion Amazon would receive up to $3 billion in state and city incentives, and create up to 25,000 jobs if Amazon reconsiders, according to the new Siena College poll of New York State Register voters released today. A news release for the poll released Monday stated in the release here, college private pollster Stephen Greenberg said that voters say the biggest billion was Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Only 12% call her a hero, while 38% label her a villain. Ocasio-Cortez, with a negative 31 to 44% favorability rating, is as well known to statewide voters after 3 months in office as Gillibrand is after 10 years as senator. While Democrats view Ocasio-Cortez favorably, independents view her unfavorably more than 2 to 1. And Republicans view her unfavorably 68 to 6%. She is viewed slightly favorably in New York City, but strongly unfavorably upstate and in the downstate suburbs, Greenberg added. So Ocasio-Cortez decided to retweet a writer who said that it's interesting to see centrists suddenly downplay or ignore the effects of racism, sexism, and Fox News targeting when discussing AOC overall approval ratings, and use it as a rant against centrist voters. The centrist voters are now Trump voters. I'm sorry, people. We're in a, you know what I mean? It's my view. We have we're kind of, you know, right is right, wrong is wrong. Morally correct is morally correct. PC police are PC police. You know, we say it like it is. So we'd be in the center now, you know. I happen to be very conservative, but there are some things where, you know, I'm probably more moderate. A few things. Not many. Anyways, I'm sorry I keep disrupting the news. So, C. Beagle, D-Rob, Daniel Boone, and the rest of my subscribers, I hope you all are doing well. Please pray for, I have a subscriber or two, or maybe three, that have been ill in the last 2 or 3 months. Please keep them in your prayers. God knows who they are, so I don't need to tell you. You can reach out to them. I'm sure you see the subscribers in there. I know you see who posts. So just ask them if they're okay, how they're doing. Reach out to them. Please. This is important to me, and I want to make sure everyone gets prayed for that needs to pray for. And we'll be doing a, of course, I'm also the host of My Walk with the Lord. Maybe C. Beagle or one of you guys can help me maybe create a new name for that. I'm looking for a new name that can give a better understanding of what it's about, I guess. Anyways, let's get on with that. On this here, we will... Okay, when centrists care more about the GOP base then the Dem base bigotry gets legitimized. This is the playbook GOP does it with virtually every Dem figure who isn't a white male, otherwise demonize plus splinter. Did you hear that? Demonize plus splinter? It's vital that we adapt and dismantle this approach, not cow to it. Kowtow. The word is kowtow, not cow to it. Kowtow. Yeah, that's the word, kowtow. It's important we don't kowtow. This woman can't even speak right proper English. It's not cow to it, it's kowtow to it. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, what a boob. Just a pro tip, Rep. Ocasio-Cortez, you may want to stay away from the word cow for a while, just a suggestion. Nevertheless, she persisted. We can't glass over it or quietly consider that the shrewd thing to do is nominate someone who won't be subject to bigoted attacks. Morally, a Muslim does not know hardly anything about morality, period. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say a Muslim, but this Muslim person does not know anything about morality. There are many Americans, many actual Americans, many people who've lived here all their lives, probably don't know that much about morality. Okay. Morally, we can't give a pass to this dangerous tactic, but even politically, the Dem bases all the people you demoralize by not standing up. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC. That poor woman. Yeah, right. This is different than being moderate on policy. I may disagree with approach keeping the ACA as well as with small tweaks. It's everybody at less that it's policy convo, but to make a decision based on the political efficacy of a bigoted argument gives that bigotry power, and that's a problem. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Let's take her Twitter account away. Everybody get on Twitter and try to get her banned. Let's go. Come on. Let's try to get this goofy woman banned from Twitter. They're doing it to us. And let's play the game for a little while. See how they like it. Maybe they'll shut up or actually try to work with people. And I'm tired of YouTube, Google. I don't see this near as much from Yahoo anymore. They're just kind of like staying quiet as far as I know. I don't hear them, they're still left-leaning and their news is pretty left-leaning. But they typically, as far as I know, they stay away from... I get a lot of conservative stuff in my email, and they haven't started banning it or ciphering through it and trying to find conservative email. So the moral of the story here is I think that centrist policies may not be bigoted, but centrists themselves are, at least if they don't support Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Ocasio-Cortez has been in office a giant total of 2.5 months. She's not running for anything for another 2 years. If she wanted to become senator, which is unlikely, well, she probably shouldn't have worked hard to kill the Amazon plan, among other things. But she should think long-term, not attack every passing poll in which the electorate doesn't reaffirm how awesome she is. Right, sure. As for attacking centrists, she's not awesome. This woman does not know what she's doing. Fact of the matter, she shouldn't even be in this. She shouldn't be a senator. She shouldn't be a congresswoman. She has no idea what she's doing. This is America. We're not Iraq. We're not Iran. We're not any of the Muslim countries. We're not run that way. This is America. Get used to it. As for tanking, yes, and she killed the Amazon deal. Her Green New Deal could cost America up to $93 trillion. And now she's saying if they're not on board with this, they could be racists. Oh my goodness, really? Really? How's that make us a racist? Come on, at AOC. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is one of the highest profile Democrats there is at the moment. She can turn that into something major instead of what she's doing is alienating the very voters she needs to move on up in the world. In short, if she wants a blueprint to self-destruct without a sex scandal, I couldn't come up with anything worse than this. The sad thing is, I think she discovered it completely by accident. Anyway, that is from the Conservative Tribune. I'm sorry for the shorter report today. This is the afternoon version of GMU Today. We will, as I get more and more set up, we will try to air between 2 and 4 times a day. And I look forward to seeing you again on GMU Today, my walk with the Lord. And I'm working hard and aggressively at trying to come up with a couple other programs to suit your needs. So anyway, my friends, God bless you all. Have a great day and stay safe. Stay true. We are supporters of the American people, the American way, the American Constitution, okay? So let's please keep that in mind. God bless you all. Have a great day. Peace out. Love you all.